Hello student, welcome to all of you. In last video lecture we will study about the Hamming code which is used for error detection as well as error correction purpose. Also we will study one example related with that. Now in this lecture we will discuss about next function performed by data link layer, and the function is flow control. Also we study about some of data link layer protocol which is maybe used for error control, maybe for flow control, maybe for both or for other control information. So the first one is flow control. Flow control is a technique that allows two stations working at different speed to communicate with each other. It is set of measures taken to regulate amount of data that sender send so that fast sender does not overwhelm a slow receiver. In data link layer, flow control restricts the number of frames the sender can send before it waits for acknowledgement from receiver. Flow control can be broadly classified into two categories. First one, feedback based flow control, and second one, rate based flow control. In feedback based flow control protocols, the receiver sends back information to the sender, giving it permission to send more data, or at least telling the sender how the receiver is doing. Then the sender sends frame after it has received acknowledgement from user. This is used in data link layer. And the second one is rate based flow control, in which protocol have built-in mechanism to restrict the rate of transmission of data without requiring acknowledgement from receiver. These protocols are used by network layer and transport layer. In this we will discuss about some of data link layer protocol. Data link layer protocol combines framing, flow control and error control to achieve delivery of data from one node to another. These protocols are divided into two types: protocol for noiseless channel and second one is protocol for noisy channel. Protocol for noiseless channel cannot be used in real life. All protocols that will be discussed in it are unidirectional. That is, data frame travel from sender to receiver. Then again in this protocol there are subtypes, and the subtypes are for noiseless channel, simplest protocol and stop and wait protocol. Whereas for noisy channel, stop and wait ARQ protocol, go back N ARQ protocol and selective repeat ARQ protocol, that all be discussed one by one. First we will discuss about noiseless channel protocols. An idle channel in which no frames are lost, duplicated or corrupted is regarded as noiseless channel. We will introduce two protocols for this type of channel. The first is a protocol that does not use flow control mechanism like simplest protocol, whereas second is the one that does, like stop and wait protocol. So first is simplest protocol. As the name implies, simplest protocol has no flow control or error control. It is unidirectional protocol in which data frames are traveling in only one direction, that is from sender to receiver. We assume that receiver is always ready to handle any frame it receives. The data link layer of the receiver immediately removes the header from frame and hands the data packet to its network layer, which can also accept the packet immediately. The receiver can never overlap with incoming frames. Design of simplest protocol. This protocol does not have flow control or error control mechanism. So in this protocol there is no need of flow control scheme. The sender's data link layer gets data from network layer and makes the frame of that data by adding control information by data link layer and sends that frame to the physical layer of sender. Then send that frame one after another over transmission media. When receiver receives that frame, receiver's data link receive data from its physical layer, extract data from frame by removing control information and delivers that data to the network layer. The data link layer of sender and receiver provide transmission service for their network layer. At the sender side, data link layer cannot send a frame until its network layer has a data to send. Whereas at receiver side, data link layer cannot deliver data packet to the network layer until that frame arrives from physical layer. So there are two events performed by each, that may be sender or receiver. Here if network layer make the request for frame transmission or data transmission, then only data link layer of that sender perform that task. Also if physical layer gives a notification about arrival of frame, then only data link layer can process that data. So these are the event performed by network layer or by physical layer from sender or receiver side. If the protocol is implemented as a procedure, we need to introduce idea of event in the protocol. The procedure at the sender side is constantly running. There is no action until there is a request from network layer. The procedure at receiver side is also constantly running, but there is no action until notification from physical layer arrives. Hence, in this algorithm for sender side, while true means that sender is continuously running and wait for event. Here event is from network layer, means if network layer of sender has some data to send, then only event will be occurred which are related with request to send. If that event is occurred by network layer, then this process will be followed by data link layer. Here data link layer get the data from network layer, make the frame of that data by adding some control information to that data and then send that data to physical layer of that sender. This process will be continued whenever there is a data to send. This will be the algorithm for receiver side. Also we already studied that receiver are also ready to accept the data, but it can accept data only when physical layer of receiver have some data received through transmission medium. When physical layer make that event about arrival notification, then only these functions are performed by data link layer, in which it gets the data from physical layer, extract that data from physical layer or from that frame by removing additional information of that data like control information, and that extracted data will be delivered to the network layer of that receiver. So these are the algorithm for receiver side. Flow diagram for simplest protocol, in which if sender has data to send, then it makes the request for that and send that data to receiver. Here receiver arrival will be take place, in which receiver receives that data by performing extract operation. It is very simple. The sender send sequence of frame without even thinking about the receiver. To send three event are occurred at sender side. Also, three event occurred at receiver side. Note that data frame are shown by that box. The height of box defines transmission time difference between first bit and last bit of that frame. So this will be the flow diagram for simplest protocol. Then second method is stop and wait protocol. In this protocol, it still we consider communication is unidirectional. Channel does not make any error, but one realistic situation we consider is flow control. Consider receiver is receiving data from many sources. It is not having enough storage space, or even receiver is working on slower computer and sender is on faster computer one. In both the cases, after some time, receiver start discarding frame or receiver become overwhelmed with frame. Result is data loss or retransmission. Communication won't occur. To prevent such situation, we somehow need to tell the sender to slow down. There must be some feedback from receiver to sender. The protocol in which before processing the next frame, the sender stop and wait for acknowledgement of previous frame. This type of protocol is known as stop and wait protocol. In stop and wait protocol, sender sends one frame, stops until it receives confirmation from receiver, and then sends next frame. We still have unidirectional communication for data frame, but acknowledgement frame travel from other direction. This diagram represents design of stop and wait protocol. Comparing this figure with design of simplest protocol, we can see that in this protocol there is a traffic on forward channel and reverse channel also. At any time there is either one data frame on forward channel or one acknowledgement frame on reverse channel. So in this case we need half duplex link. This is the algorithm for sender side. Here two events can be occurred. First event from network layer in which data will be sent, and second event from physical layer which is about arrival of acknowledgement from receiver. When there is a event from physical layer about arrival of that notification, it just receives that frame and make the can send flag as a true. If can send flag is true, then only sender can send data, otherwise sender cannot send data. So in that case, if can send flag has value true and there is a request to send from network layer of that sender, then it get the data from network layer, make the frame from that data and send that frame to the receiver, and again make can send flag as a false, because if it does not receive any acknowledgement related with previous data, it cannot send next data. So these are the two events performed by sender. Then receiving side algorithm for stop and wait protocol. Here only one event occur which are related with arrival notification of data from sender. When it get the arrival notification by physical layer to data link layer, it get the data from physical layer, extract that data by removing extra information or control information from that frame and deliver that data to the receiver of means network layer of that receiver, and if it successfully received that data, it sends the frame related with acknowledgement to the sender. So this is a algorithm for receiver side, and this is a flow diagram for stop and wait protocol, in which at sender side two events will be performed. First, request related with sending of data, and second, arrival of acknowledgement. But there is only one event performed by receiver, that is about arrival of data frame. So here when sender sends data and receiver gives acknowledgement related with that data, only then next frame will be transmitted. Otherwise the next frame is not transmitted by sender. So this is the flow diagram for stop and wait protocol. Thank you.